Jalen Suggs. I think people know that this show in general, the two of us, we have been higher on Jalen Suggs than probably a majority of people. We have been higher on Jalen Suggs even before this season because we saw the vision of where the defense was going and we saw the vision of what he was kind of becoming. He's a 6'5" guard who can credibly play point guard, who is inarguably, in my opinion, a top 3 defender among guards in the NBA right now. He averaged 12.6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists this year, had a true shooting percentage 4% above league average, averaged 15, 5, and 3 in the playoffs this year for Orlando. On top of being one of the best defensive guards in the NBA, point blank. Jalen Suggs is an absolute monster on the defensive end. He completely changes the game on that end for opposing teams on offense. You have to be completely cognizant of where he is and who he's guarding. And if he ends up getting his hands on the ball, he sprints the other way and drives transition play at a significant, serious level. Jalen Suggs was worth 8.2 wins per game last season, according to dunksandthrees.com in their EPM model. Over the last 2 years, Jalen Green has been worth 6.7, and that's 2 years combined to compare the two. I think that Jalen Suggs is just an outstanding role player, and he will be taking the mantle from Drew Holiday once Drew retires here in the next couple of years as the guy that like significantly impacts winning while knocking down shots from the perimeter, cutting at the right time, driving transition play, and being an elite level defender.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one caveat I want to get, right? Is he shot almost 40% from 3 this year on 5 attempts. If that's real, we may end up being a little bit low, to be quite honest. But that has to at least hold and not drop down anywhere close to what we saw his first couple seasons in the league. And I there's nothing about the jumper that makes me think otherwise. He got so efficient this season. I think that's why this isn't crazy for us to have him where he's at. Cause I think the defense speaks for itself, right? He was second team all NBA defense, number 10 in defensive player of the year voting, all of that stuff. I think you have to hope this offense at least holds at the level it was. And then at one point, he's the best guard defender in the NBA along, and makes winning plays, all the cliche things, right? He, like you said, he takes over the mantle of Holiday, Derek, those type of players. I think another thing for me is he's on a team that I think is on the rise. And I think it's a team that has a mentality and an identity on the defensive end that fits right into him. And so I factored that in as well. Like I think this is a team that's going to be really good. It has other young talent we're going to talk about over the next 2 episodes. And what he does best, his team, coach, organization really, really values. And so I took that into account as well. He's another one, I mentioned this with Kami. He played 27 minutes a night. So again, it's not like he was playing 33 a night. Like I believe it's Jalen Johnson and Keegan Murray both played 33. So when you just look at the points per game or rebounds or assists, it's a little bit lower because of that. But yeah, I'm sure we're higher on him than most, but I just think he's that level defensively. And then when you add in the efficient scoring, it's just icing on top.
He just drives winning basketball. That's the thing for me. Like he drives, he gives so much energy every time he's out on the court. Like he's embraced being that guy. He's just going to run around like the Energizer Bunny the entire game. He's going to get on the floor. He's going to get loose balls. He's going to contest shots like from miles away from where he should. And he might get to like 10% of them, but he's going to make an impact on that 10%. And that's going to make an impact on the bottom line at the end of the day. I think Jalen Suggs is so worthy of a spot on this list. Like this was an easy consideration for me to put him here. I think he has the kind of just like intangible qualities that help teams win games at the highest level to where I'm just like a pure believer in him. To me, he's the guy that's taking the mantle from Drew Holiday on this guy's going to help teams win basketball games at the highest level for the next like decade of his career.
Yeah, I'm with you. He was an easy name on my list. Like some of the ones, like even though Kaminga was one of quote unquote my guys that I put on the list, that wasn't an easy one. Like that wasn't a name that I didn't sit there and like, okay, should I even have him on here? Should it be one of these guys I left off? All of that, Suggs was not that. Suggs was very much he's on my list, and he was actually at 20 on my list. So he was one spot lower than this, but he was very solidly going to be in my top 24.
Yep. Yeah. No, I agree.